away. It's the update, starring Soumya Murthy, Shay Dingenfelder, Paula Toledo, Ben Dupay, Carly Othman, and John Fraser.
Hello, and welcome to Season 5 of The Update. I'm Soumya Murthy.
And I'm Shay Dingfelder. Soumya, you and I are both new to the show. Any idea why we had such a long hiatus?
Well, Shay, it's my understanding that it was due to a long, tedious legal battle over child labor laws. Apparently, some members of our cast were actually 12-year-old Chinese gymnasts who were only being compensated with fake second-place medals from the most recent Olympics.
Wait a minute. They used to get compensated for being on this show? I thought this was all community service. Isn't that the reason why we only get broadcasted in retirement homes?
No, Shay, that's a part of your plea deal from when you hit that old woman with your not street legal Honda Civic.
Oh yeah. Anyways, let's get started with the most pressing news imaginable. There is a new fashion trend making waves across the globe. We live in a world that is no longer shocked by nudity, so it only makes sense to don clothing that expressed our hot and sexy new lifestyle. Case in point, the penis cloak. This revolutionary article of clothing by Rick Owens has taken the fashion world by storm, and it's Gianni Versace and Coco Chanel rolling over in their graves. The best part about the penis cloak? You will instantly know how cold it is outside.
In other fashion news, a Norwegian TV show has sent several fashion bloggers to Cambodia to work in the same sweatshops that produce the clothing line that they report on. It's quite the social experiment, and left several of the journalists angry at the conditions the workers had to deal with. Seriously? What did you expect? Gold-plated sewing machines? A chocolate river to take the workers from place to place? But hey, she is from Sweden. I'm surprised she didn't think she was at a Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Portland residents are up in arms about the decision by the Portland International Airport to replace its iconic, wait for it, carpet. Yes, people in Portland seem to be outraged by the airport's decision, saying that the carpet is iconic of Portland and all of their quirkiness. Come on, people, it's a carpet. Who gives a crap what it looks like, as long as the carpet matches the drapes?
After his recent visit to the Philippines, BuzzFeed started trending about how adorable my future husband, he doesn't know it yet, Pope Francis was during his visit. Let me show you what we're talking about. In this image, the Pope is striking a cute pose while he talks about Saint Joseph sleeping. I wish he would watch me sleeping. Check out this vine of the Pope adorably losing his hat as he gets off the plane. And finally, we have this picture of the Pope taking a selfie with a girl that apparently thinks he has Ebola. And whoever that guy is, not as cute as my boo. After seeing all of these images, we got inspired and scoured both the internet and our history archives to find more images of the adorable Pope Francis. And here's what we found. This is a Pope just trying to enjoy a plate of spaghetti. Apparently, he can't help just being adorable. Probably the spaghetti I cooked for him. This is a picture from way back as the Pope kissed the last baby T-Rex on one of our dates. This is a super rare picture that only the girlfriend of the Pope could have. It's of him water skiing, back when he used to be a squirrel. How adorable. And lastly, we have the most adorable picture of all. The Pope on the day of his prom as he anxiously waited for me, his date.
Are you looking for a way to get your significant other to watch X-rated movies? Well, Hollywood has done it for you. The trailer for the new movie 50 Shades of Grey has just been released, and it looks like it's going to be just as kinky as the book. Best of all, it comes out on Valentine's Day, so you can play it off as romantic. I mean, what better way to set the mood than taking your partner to a theater full of horny couples watching softcore porn? Sounds like my kind of Tuesday. With that being said, let's bring in our senior 50 Shades correspondent, Paula Toledo. How are you, Paula?
Hi, Shay. Sorry if I look a little frazzled. I've just been really getting into this book.
Wait, Paula, where are you?
Well, Shay, I'm not really sure. I was blindfolded and taken into a car. We must have driven for at least 30 minutes, and then they led me down this corridor that smelled like my hot yoga class.
That's interesting. Paula, are you safe at least?
Oh, Shay, if there's one thing that I learned from 50 Shades of Grey, is that sometimes it's good to feel unsafe. Sometimes the height of pleasure is experienced when you are placed in dangerous circumstances.
I've never thought about it like that before. So, Paula, needless to say, have you enjoyed the experience?
Of course. I mean, the burns from the candle wax and the lashes I've gotten kind of hurt, but I've learned things about myself that I never would have had I stayed in my room merely reading the book.
And those are?
Shay, I don't think the FCC would like me describing my experiences.
Come on, Paula, you've got to give us something. Think of our viewers.
Okay, I'll say this. The only way for anyone to truly discover who they are is when they're completely immersed in darkness, bound on all fours with your sense of taste being your only sense you can rely on, forced to baa like a sheep.
Whoa, Paula. Okay, geez, I think we get the idea. You're clearly into some very explicit adult experiences. What do you have planned for tonight?
Well, the SpongeBob movie comes out soon, so I'm probably gonna get into my Patrick Star footy pajamas, grab some Cheez Whiz, and watch SpongeBob all night.
Sounds like a wonderful plan. Paula Toledo, everybody.
A Kentucky Senator, Brandon Smith, has filed to get his DUI charges dropped based on a law that was written in the 19th century. The law says that politicians can be privileged from arrest while Congress is in session. Is that how the people on House of Cards get away with so much crap?
But maybe this makes sense, Somya. I mean, if lawmakers don't have to look over their shoulders all the time, maybe they'll be able to focus on actually passing legislation.
Who knows? Not having laws for senators could even help them come up with ways of solving bipartisan disputes. We need lawmakers to make laws, not follow them.
A new gang is surfacing in the state of Michoacan, Mexico. This gang deals large quantities of drugs and is coincidentally named Los Viagras. The gang is known for being extremely hard and growing rapidly and taking over the turf of many other gangs in Mexico. The following message is what they don't tell you in those gang recruitment meetings.
A new app is being released that hopes to eliminate the world of those he said, she said rape cases. The app is called Good to Go and allows users to assess their mutual interest in sex, as well as record their level of intoxication with 4 different categories. 3 categories have the possibility to lead to sex, with the pretty wasted category the only one encouraging you not to have sex. The app pretty much only helps those who are falsely accused and doesn't do a whole lot to help actual rape victims. Early supporters of the app include Bill Cosby, who was quoted as saying something that wasn't identified as a language, but more or less the sound of a dog with a peanut butter on the roof of its mouth.
We're now going to our senior entertainment correspondent, John Fraser, with all the latest celebrity news and gossip. John?
Thanks, Shay. So first off, we have to talk about Jennifer Lopez's new film, The Boy Next Door, which is about J-Lo's character getting into some naughty business with the boy next door. Spoiler alert, her bed actually envelops the male lead, and he is never seen in Hollywood ever again. During the announcement for the nominations for this year's Academy Awards, there was a rather unfortunate slip-up for cinematographer Dick Pope.
Dick Pope for Mr. Turner.
8-year-olds everywhere were later admitted to hospitals across the country after having severe fits of laughter. Lil Wayne is in the midst of a legal battle with his Cash Money Records boss, Birdman, that would pay him $8 million and release him from his contract. Wayne also just released a new mixtape, and in one of his lyrics, this is Birdman by saying, "He is just an ugly duckling." Birdman responded by challenging Lil Wayne to a high-stakes game of Duck, Duck, Goose, with the loser being forced to skip recess for a whole week. Kim Kardashian recently did an interview where she opened up about her new, now ex-stepdad, Bruce Jenner. Kim stated that the recently divorced Jenner has never been happier, despite his, well, interesting wardrobe choices. And I'm not talking about the penis cloak. In addition to sporting ponytails, earrings, and manicured nails, Bruce is also allegedly planning on getting collagen injections, butt cheek implants, and darkening his skin so he can finally become a Kardashian. Taylor Swift recently caused an uproar over releasing her previously well-hidden belly button. The mystery over whether she has an innie or an outie or some kind of alien monster can finally be put to rest. We're now going to play Guess That Belly Button. Yep, you guessed it. We have Britney Spears, and it appears as though Britney is back, and with a whole lot more. Bingo! Next up, we have Will Ferrell, who is well known for keeping a healthy dose of brown sugar on his belly. And oops, I'm sorry, it appears as though we have a nebula of some sort. Oh well, that's all for your entertainment news. Back to the desk.
Thanks, John. Robert Massening, a South African app developer, has solved the age-old problem of how much to pay for your wife. He has released an app that takes various factors such as age, height, and attractiveness, ranging from not at all to very hot, and use these to decide if your future wife is worth the lowest value of 5 cows to the highest of 12 cows. The app even compares what you are paying to the average of neighboring states to make sure that you're getting the best price possible. The real question is, what standards are these cows held to? Are they in some sort of cow beauty pageant? I can already see the categories. Best tasting milk, strongest udders, what would surely be a crowd pleaser who can moo fancy by Iggy Azalea. And now for a special report on esports. We bring you our senior sporting correspondents, Ben Dupay and Carly Othman.
In recent years, the popularity of esports, or competitive video gaming, has skyrocketed. To give you an idea, the last League of Legends World Championship Finals sold out a stadium and had over 32 million viewers. The final game of the NBA last year had only 18 million. More and more, these games are being compared to real sports, and tons of universities around the country are starting to offer scholarships for competitive gamers.
Wait, you're kidding, right? Like, this is where the joke drums come on and you admit you just lied about all of that.
Actually, esports exercises the mind and reflexes, and they're super competitive.
What are you talking about? Real sports exercise the mind, reflexes, and more importantly, your body. Like, I mean, there's no way you could compare this guy to this guy and say that they're both athletes. It's an insult to sports. These guys spend all day training and training to be in peak physical condition.
Well, technically, e-athletes also spend all day training. I mean, do you know how much effort it takes to play a video game for 16 hours straight?
Physically, absolutely none. That's why half of them are overweight and have diabetes anyways.
Mentally, these guys have to be so much more aware than your typical jock who just mindlessly lifts weights all day. Look at these muscles.
I'm sorry?
Where do you think these come from if not from hours of gaming?
What muscles? That's such a cop-out. That's an insult to athletes.
Come on, even chess is considered a sport, so how would video games not be?
Don't even get me started with that.
Wow, I guess anything could be a sport these days. Good thing I've already got the monopoly on Quidditch teams.
Whatever you say, Shay. That'll do it for us tonight on The Update. I'm Soumya Murthy.
And I'm Shay Dingfelder. See you next time, everyone.